how to back up your cold card so that if this breaks or you lose it or someone steals it, you can still access your Bitcoin. I'm going to do this in two different ways. I'm going to do it through the SD card and back it up onto the SD card. And I'm also going to back up and write down the seed phrase so that you could put that seed phrase into another cold card or any other wallet that can accept that as a backup, and you can recover your Bitcoin. Now, just a quick reminder, the Bitcoin's not actually ever stored on your hardware wallet. It is stored on the blockchain. So what your hardware wallet actually does is it generates a private key for you, and it can sign transactions using that private key that is stored on here. You should have this protected by a PIN, and you could actually wipe this and have to punch in your seed phrase and passphrase each time so that nothing is actually stored on here. Before we get going, my name is Forrest Hodel. I'm a Bitcoin educator, and I actually do one-on-one coaching sessions. So if you need some additional help, you can book me for a one-on-one session. There's a link in the description. We can go over Bitcoin best practices and whatever other questions you might have. So to get started, I've put in some batteries in here. You can also plug this into the wall. This is an air-gapped cold card, so we're gonna have to put in our PIN here. I'm just gonna type that in. And we are in the seed phrase part of my wallet. I have a passphrase on here, and if you do as well, you'll just go down and press enter on passphrase, and then enter again, and you'll type in your passphrase. If you need help with just setting up a wallet, you can check out my earlier videos on the cold card, and I'll link those in the description. So we are now in the wallet that has my Bitcoin on it, and this is it on Sparrow. I only have 5,027 sats on this wallet, and I'm going to show you how to back this up so that we can recover it. So we're going to go down to advanced/tools. We're going to press enter. We're going to go to the backup, which is the top there, and there's multiple different ways to back this up. So we're going to do backup system, and this says BIP39 passphrase is in effect. So this is because I have a passphrase wallet on here. Backup ignores passphrases and produces backup of main seed. So this is only going to back up the 12 or 24 words. Additionally, you'll have to back up your passphrase or have that stored separately if you have a passphrase on here. It says press enter to back up main wallet, press 2 to back up BIP39 passphrase wallet extended private key created via seed and pass. So we're just going to do the first one. We're just going to back up the seed phrase. So we're going to press enter. This creates a 12-word backup, and it's actually going to be different than the original seed phrase, because what this does is this unlocks your seed phrase from using this as the backup. So we're going to write these down as well, 12 words, and we're going to make sure that we have it in the right order. Okay, so I've written those down on paper, and we're going to press enter. And then it's going to prompt us through a bit of a quiz, and it's going to ask us which word is what. So word 12 is, and word 12 is turkey. So I'm going to press 1, and word 2 is regret. And so just go through this on your own, make sure that you have everything correct. Then it's going to prompt you and say, would you like to use these same words next time you perform a backup? Press 1 to save them into the cold card for next time. You can do this if you want to, just so that you have this as your backup password, essentially. And I'm going to do that. So I'm going to press 1 to save them into the cold card. And it's encrypting them into the cold card itself. So backup file written, backup.7z. To view or restore this file, you must have the full password. It says insert another SD card and press 2 to make a copy. So I've inserted my SD card here on the side, and I'm going to press 2 to make a copy, and then press cancel to stop. And that's it. You've now made a backup on paper, and you've also saved the backup to your SD card. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wipe everything off of this Coldcard Q for the reason to test out this backup and make sure that it works. And the other reason is in case that's something you want to do for ultimate privacy. For instance, this has your seed phrase on it. So if you wanted to make sure that it didn't, you would actually do this process. And then anytime you wanted access to your Bitcoin, you would have to get your backup, either this or your 12 words, and you would have to enter it and recover your wallet and recover your cold card settings and everything from there. That way, this doesn't act as a signing device that stores your private keys. All right, so I turned the cold card off now, and You could do all of this without actually having put your passphrase in, because all you're recording is the seed phrase and the passphrase is something that you've kept separate. But if you did put your passphrase in, you can now, what you'll need to do is restart this and not put your passphrase in. So you're just looking at the seed phrase wallet, and then we can go into the next options here. So we're gonna go down to advanced/tools. We're gonna go all the way to the bottom to danger zone. We're gonna enter into the danger zone, and we're gonna go to seed functions, and we're gonna go to destroy seed. And it's gonna give us this big warning, which says, are you sure? Wipe seed phrase and reset wallet. All funds will be lost. You better have a backup of the seed words. All settings like multi-sig wallets are also wiped. Saved temporary seed settings and seed vault are lost. Trick pins are completely removed. So I'm gonna press yes, because I am sure. And it's asking, are you really sure though? And it basically says the same thing. Whoa. And if you press enter again, it's actually going to abort, which is what just happened there. So you need to go down and read and actually press number 4 to prove that you've read the end of this message and accept all consequences. So I'm going to now press number 4, erasing everything on my Coldcard. And it's resetting. And it's asking me for the pin, which now I just need to enter in a pin here. And I'm just going to put in a pin, a new pin or the same pin. Really, that is just to protect the device itself. It has nothing to do with your seed phrase or wallet or anything. So now we're going to get this screen here that really only exists for a new wallet. So we're going to import existing, and we're going to press enter. And we have a few different options here. We have 12 words, 18 words, scan QR code, restore backup, clone Coldcard, and so on. So we're going to go to, we could either do 12 words and we type in our 12-word seed phrase to get access, or we could do restore backup. Please insert a micro SD card before attempting this operation. So we're going to do that first, and then we're going to press restore backup. So I actually stored my backup on here multiple times, so any one of these will actually work. I'm just going to do the first one. Now this is the seed phrase that we generated as part of our backup system. This one here is actually just to restore our Coldcard. It's not a Bitcoin wallet, it's a password for the backup. Once that's finished, the Coldcard Q will reboot and everything will be back to normal. You have restored your Coldcard from backup using the backup stored on your SD card. You could also have done it just with your actual seed phrase if you had recorded that as well as your backup, and you would have just put in your 12 seed words that you had generated initially when setting up your wallet. So that's it for this tutorial. I have a whole series about Coldcards that you should check out, and I'm diving into each video dives into one specific thing that you can do with the Coldcard Q, as well as the link for the one-on-one coaching sessions if you want some extra help setting it up or any other Bitcoin related tasks. Check out Bitcoin Well using my link and get some free Bitcoin on sign up. It's a great exchange. It's what I use to buy all my Bitcoin. You can check out the Stampseed kit, which has a 15% coupon. Again, link in the description for that, to preserve your seed phrase for future generations on titanium. And also check out the 5% discount code I have for Start9, and Start9 has a plug-and-play Bitcoin node server, which are really, really great. Check those out as well. So thanks everybody, and we'll see you on the next episode of Bitcoin Not Crypto.